So after understanding how a ASCII value is printed with the help of this code, let's move on to the next part where we can have multiple values in a single go. Like here, you can take multiple inputs from the user and display them simultaneously. For example, include stdio.h, int main. Now here, int a is the first variable type and float b is the second variable type. And what we are doing is printf, enter integer and then a float. First, it will expect you to enter the integer and then you enter a float. If you enter both floats, it will throw an error. It will just neglect the decimal part of the first where it is expected to assign an integer value, and then to scan you have to just write %d %f comma ampersand a comma ampersand b. Print, you have entered %d, that is first blank space with value f, and %f for the second blank space, and return the 0. So here if you start entering, it will ask you to enter float and integer and then float. So -3 was an integer and 3.4 was float, and then the result will be like this. You have entered 3 and 3.4, and then there are extra zeros added because it was a float. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 6 places after decimal point was considered. So when you are doing this code, you can enter 3.45 and see whether it adds only 5 zeros or 4 zeros after that. Then you can tell me. Next is format specifiers for the IOs. So till this point, we have seen that %d is used for integer, %f is used for float, %lf is used for double, and %c for char. Now there are other than that short int where you have to write %hd, then unsigned int which is %u, long int %li, then long int is %lli, then unsigned int is %lu, then unsigned long int is %llu, signed char %c, unsigned char %t, and long double is %capital LF. So these are the other format specifiers. For all practical reasons, we will only remember 4 of them: %d for integer, %f for float and double, %c for your character, and then there will be one more introduced later in the course. So let's go ahead. Now today we will learn all the mathematical or arithmetical operations with the help of different symbols or what we call as operators. First is plus, which is addition, or it is also unary plus, minus, which is subtraction or unary minus, then multiplication, division, and finally remainder after division, modular division. Okay, percent. Now, for example, modular division can be explained in following way. If you have a number, let's say your number is let me call, you have 17, okay, and you want to divide it with 5. So 5 threes are 15, 5 fours are 20. So this number lies between 15 and 20. So the division answer should be 3 point something something, but modulo operator does till this point. It finds the first integer, it finds this, and then subtract this from this. So 17 minus 15 should result into 2, and then this is the correct answer for the modulo operation. So if you carry 17% 5, you should get answer as 2. Now remember, this is a very special operation, modulo operation, and we will see its applications later on, where we study about error control coding and so on. But this is a simpler operation. So our next task is whether you want to find the number is even or odd using a C program. Before that, we should study one more thing, that is if loop, but that we have not studied. But remember, this percentage modulo operation can be used to find a even number or odd number. And what is the even number? If you divide it by 2 and your modulo operator gives 0, then your number is even. And if you divide it by 2 and if your modulo operator gives 1, then your number is odd. So let us understand, 3 is the odd number. So 3% 2 will result in 1. Okay, 17 is the odd number. So 17% 2 is 1. 16 is a even number. So 16% 2 is 0. Okay. So this is the program we use to find whether the given number is odd or given number is even. So this is the about the modulo operator. Now let's start the operators. The first operators where we are going to print addition of two numbers, then subtraction of two numbers, multiplication of two numbers, division of two numbers, then percentage of two numbers. Okay, so this is the next code we are going to write. And once we do that, the answers will be displayed in this format. A plus B, A minus B. Multiplication is A into B. Division is right now we are just doing a integer division. So number entered was 9 and 4. That's why you got the okay. Now 2 into the remainder of this will be 1. So 8 plus 1 will be 9 again. So this is how we are going to perform the particular operations in the next part of the lecture. So I will stop recording now and we will do this code. If you have any doubts, you can ask me.